By Rent or Burn? Yeah! Give it up for By Rent or Burn. All right, people have emailed, they've Skyped, they've Facebooked their suggestions. Should they buy them, rent them, or burn them? Producer Mike?
Forum. Don't forget about the forum. At Mahi12, hardcore.
Ooh, with George
That's a good one.
No, remember the scene in Hardcore where George C. Scott is in the theater and he's like, "Ugh, this existential yellow as he sees his daughter in a porn film." Ugh. George C. Scott, only George C. Scott
Can pull that scene off.
Can pull that scene off.
Yeah, that's one
Yes.
of Paul Schrader's darker films.
Oh, you got to rent that. Come on.
You got- well, I'm just
So,
trying-
Mark, are you saying buy or rent or burn?
Rent it.
Great.
I'm going to go with Rent.
They're both saying rent.
I'll say Rent.
All right. Let's stay on the Twitter, shall we? At Snap the Jap, Martyrs.
Martyrs. More details, because there are actually several films called Martyrs.
That's all I got. Martyrs. Are these people? See, now that's the problem. I think people are more trying to stump than actually
They are.
interested in seeing a movie, which is not. This is not stump the Digigods. This is actual. So that's all he's got. Now, of course, if that helps, add the date and things like that, because there are different names. That's what you're saying. So,
or a director's name or something.
which Martyrs do you think it is?
I don't know. There's an exploitation film
Worst
called
buy, rent, or
Martyrs.
burn ever.
Like a direct-to-DVD thing. which I've never bothered
All right.
watching.
Chad Murphy from the forum. Huckle. Which is
Oh,
Huckle
Huckle is
the
the
it's
marijuana
Hungarian.
thing.
No, Huckle is
Yeah, let's see if
wait,
you know
spell
this.
it. Spell it.
Hukkle.
Yeah.
He does explain it, and I'm not going to. Let's see. Go ahead. Make up for all your mistakes. so far.
Huckle.
Go.
What did I do? Huckle is a Hungarian film.
Yes, very good.
And Huckle means hiccup. The movie starts with a hiccup, and then the movie has
Yes.
almost no dialogue. Almost no dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
And slowly through there being no dialogue, a plot kind of emerges. It's a funky little. I mean, it's way out there, but it's a funky little film. I'd rent that.
My recollection of it is thin, so I'll defer to Mark.
And then he wrote, "It looks strange. Is it too strange?"
For us, there's nothing. We love South Korean films. There's nothing too strange.
We just raved about
All right.
Mother, and Mother's as strange as it gets.
Twitter at Giggins1, Lost Boys. There you go.
Oh, too soon.
It's a good movie.
It's
Buy,
a good
rent, or
movie.
burn.
You
Lost Boys.
rent that. Rent that.
Rent, yeah.
I don't think Lost Boys is a great movie. I mean, it's like.
No, well, I mean, it's Joel Schumacher during his 80s heyday, and it's got a lot of style, and it kind of is still, it's almost like it's timely again with the whole chic vampire thing. The 80s are new again, right?
Yeah, so I'd say rent it. Go
Rent.
next.
From the forum, Corey L. Flight of the Navigator.
Rent.
Okay, rent.
I'll go with Rent. It's a cool movie, but it's really, really kind of dated
It is.
in certain ways.
It's
so.
like this kid who's he's taken like 8 years into the future or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
It's very.
It's sort of
yeah.
it's sort of 80s.
Yeah.
It was cool in the 80s, but it's dated
All right,
now.
from the forum again. Check this forum out.
Yeah.
Everybody at home, check the forum out, because these guys, you can actually talk to them in the forum when I can get Mark to go on the forum.
I was on the forum today.
Yes, you're on the
today.
forum.
Today.
Pick on Mark Day.
Tejas74.
Thank you.
Well, this one is for Mark, based on what you said last week on your comedy. So Tejas74 wants to know, Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Blazing Saddles.
Bye.
You should worship it.
Bye.
I'm just saying, Mad
Yes,
Mad
that's what he's
World.
referring to.
I'm just saying,
Bye.
Mad World is too long. It's not funny. Stanley Kramer is not a comedy director.
We're not,
Okay,
we're
I
not
think
talking
funny
about
stuff in
Mad
it.
World.
So
we're
we're
talking
talking about
about
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, worship it.
Is that the best Mel Brooks film?
No, Young Frankenstein.
Yep.
Oh, you know
agree.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles
But-
is
but
so funny. Come
I
I
gotta
on.
love
tell you-
History of the World, too.
What in the wide world of
producers-
sports is going on here?
The
All right.
producer's awfully good too.
That's true.
This from the chat, from tonight's chat, Nightmare54, Carbon Copy.
That's a Denzel Washington, and that's terrible. Come on, burn that.
Rent. No, Rent.
Oh,
Denzel.
wait,
Rent.
say Rent.
No, Rent it, because it's a weird moment in history where Denzel Washington is not a star and he's playing a white guy's long-lost black son. It's politically incorrect beyond any possible imagination. That movie would never get made today. It's an artifact.
All right,
You have to
keep it
see
going.
it.
kinda
Jake the
true.
Fat Man, who's also in the chat room right now. Men Behind the Sun.
Men Behind the
Uh-oh.
Sun. There was an Eric Clapton album called Behind the Sun.
Wow.
Boy, that one doesn't
Jake,
even.
is Jake the Fat Man still in the... Corey?
1988 Hong Kong film.
Men
Wow.
Behind. I should know it then. Men Behind the Sun. Who it could have a different title.
Black Sun 731.
Hmm?
Is that Black Sun 731?
Who directed it?
some Chinese guy.
Oh, well, give me a name.
Jake is not here now. Jake, you in the room? Let's see. Oh, here he goes. Obscure but notorious Chinese gore torture film set in Japanese
that's why.
POW camp.
No, we
Yeah,
no.
I
don't
Enjoy your gore torture.
Well, here's the problem.
Enjoy.
Here's my question to Jake, who can hear me right now. Jake, can you actually rent that? Like, even if they told you to rent it, can you actually
You
rent
could
or
probably
find
get it
that?
from from a Hong Kong specialty thing. Here's the thing. Let me just clarify something. I am a Hong Kong film fanatic. Okay. I actually wrote a biography of Jackie Chan.
Yes, you did.
Some people don't know that. And
Called
and
John
I,
Wayne, a biography.
and
Very
I can,
strange.
and I have I've done commentary on things like Master of the Flying Guillotine. I love that. But the one part of Hong Kong cinema that I just cannot embrace is Hong Kong gore films. They are horrible, horrible, appalling, offensive, terrifyingly bad. And my quotient on those is non-existent. So
All right, we got one more for you from Lobaka, who's also in the chat room right now live. Network.
Oh,
bye,
come on.
bye.
Oh,
Don't even-
God.
no,
I
it's-
can't even think of.
Just
No, Network is the best.
one of the great American films of the last 50 years.
City Lament.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That,
Peter
ladies
Finch.
and gentlemen, was Buy, Rent, or
Burn.
Burn. Yeah. Buy it, rent it, burn it.
Wait.
There you go. Look at that, huh?
Well, you know.
Well, they can all be gems. All right.